Oh my gosh. That's not diesel. This morning we're gonna run out to Josh's. He's got one of my smokers. He's gonna fabricate that up a little bit so it can go on my food trailer. And then he's gonna help me do the swap on those. So we're gonna go out there. I dropped it off over the weekend and he's gonna start on it today, I think. So I need to go out there and just kind of say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I want to do. Get that knocked out, and hopefully, oh my gosh, what is today's the 25th of March. Man, maybe I should just shoot for April 1st to just finally have this food truck ready to go. I think that's what I'll just say. I'll just be like, you know what, April 1st is the date, and then once that's done, then I can redo my garage kitchen. I got a whole kitchen in my garage. I think I introduced that a while back, but it's just been kind of sitting and neglected. So we're gonna get it cleaned up, put back together, get everything organized, get the garage cleaned up good, and then we can get my certifications redone from the health department for everything, and hopefully start doing some barbecue again. That was kind of a big part of my life last summer, and I sold my trailer at the end of the year. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I ended up buying another trailer instead. So I got back into it kind of heavy, but winter set in, and honestly, I haven't even cooked in months. Like, I feel like I'm starting to lose my touch a little bit. It'll all come back to me as soon as I get everything finally put together and organized and cleaned up. We'll be back in the barbecue business pretty soon. My ultimate goal is to be a dumpster driver and a food truck owner, and that's it. So I'm trying to get that situated in my life. And that white truck there, me and that white truck are going to have problems. Just met with Josh, did some discussing on the smoker. He's gonna get that whipped into shape. There's my old dumpster trailer. We're gonna add 5 feet onto the end of that trailer. 3 foot with a 2 foot dove probably, and some fold up ramps, and that's gonna make me a real nice flat deck 18-foot gooseneck trailer with 2 foot dovetail and fold up ramps. It's already got 7,000 pound axles on it, and then I'll just have a nice flat deck equipment trailer, because my next adventure is my ultimate goal is to be a dumpster driver and a food truck owner, and that's it. To purchase the skid steer. I've had one in the past. I've had a couple of different ones in the past, but I kind of want to get back into that a little bit. I'd like to, so before I ever decided to be a top-notch YouTuber, I had another business. I did some dump trucking, and I had skid steer with gobs of attachments. We did like cleanup jobs. I'd go out, demo. We did some demo jobs. Tore down some trailer houses. We'd pack them out of there. Kind of considering maybe getting back into something like that. With the dumpster business, I think going back into the equipment side of it, I could probably get some extra work doing some cleanups, yard cleanups and stuff like that. So if that's the case, none of my trailers are heavy enough to pull a piece of equipment on. So I was like, well, I'm gonna buy a skid steer, I'm gonna have to buy an equipment trailer. And I'm like, well, I already have a trailer, it just needs a little bit of love, which would be probably a whole lot cheaper than buying another equipment trailer. So that's the plan on that. But we're gonna go get the old dumpster truck out. I'm gonna have to swallow my pride and drive the old beater again. It's not really a beater, but it is when I compare it to my new truck. One of my customers that was for tomorrow pickup called me last night and was like, hey, it's full, but I need another one. Can you swap me out tomorrow? So today is tomorrow, and we're gonna I got the empty one sitting there in my lot, so we're just gonna take it out to him. He's just here in town, kind of out in the country. Drop it off, pick the full one up, and probably just put the full one back in the lot for now. I'm really hoping and praying that Drew gets my other truck done today. I told him I needed it back today, so he said okay. But I'm not gonna tell him that if it had to flow over into it tomorrow that it could. Don't give somebody an excuse to work slower. Not saying he would, but don't give somebody an excuse to work slower or they'll take it. But that's just anybody. I'm not saying that Drew would do that to me, but all right, we're about to the lot. I'm not sure if I remember how to drive this old truck. Old Faithful. Oh boy, I forgot I had a bunch of crap in here. Remember that time I said I was going to clean this truck out? I was like, I'm gonna clean that out, and all right, the winch still works, that's good. I'm gonna clean that out and have it ready to go, so when I need it next, it's just ready to go. Hot dog. Well, that doesn't look very promising. Hopefully there's enough in there to at least get this dumpster loaded up and make it to the landfill, or to the, not the landfill, to the gas station. I forgot how to drive this one. Can't find gears. Let's see if we can figure this out. Too hard. I think we should be good as long as those back feet don't start digging in. I think we might be all right. My tires. Kick the other two before I put the bed all the way down. I think we're good. I don't have a phone charger in here. Man, look at that. There's some money in there. All right, we are gonna go to the gas station and also. Oh my gosh, that's not diesel. I almost put diesel in there. Something. My other truck's diesel. That was almost an idiot move. That would have been better. That's better. not diesel. I'm not gonna put a lot in there. I'm just gonna put like 20 bucks in it. .9 gallons. I bet I ain't going a mile to drop this thing off and then a mile back to my lot. If 7 gallons won't get me there, then maybe I just shouldn't be doing this. 7 gallons to the mile, that would be terrible. Well, I didn't do any filming on that pickup. I wish I could have, but it's an estate clean out, and there was a bunch of people running around like doing estate work, like packing that place out. I had to have them move trucks so I could get in and out of there, but they got this dumpster full. They got every square inch of it. They got their money's worth. There's going to be some overweight charge on this thing. Plus we're using the old truck, so pretty heavy. We're going to run back to the lot and just unload it and just let it sit at the lot until my new truck is done getting worked on. But yeah, they filled this one pretty full and had a lot left to do, so they're like, I need another one. So we took another one. I think what I'm going to do is actually just leave this one loaded up, because if I unload it, I can't tarp it. And it's got a bunch of small stuff in it, and I don't want the wind blowing and blowing all my trash all over the place. I'm trying to open my gate. So we're just going to back it in here, shut the truck off, call it a day. I think that's all I had to do. I'm going to try to clean up my food truck a little bit today, fix the propane line, and a bunch of simple stuff. Nothing crazy. See if I can do this without running over it. It'd be kind of cool. Hey, it didn't run over the camera. All right, that one is heavy. I had to put the 4x4 block in there. She is heavy. But I think that's it. We're gonna go home and button up some things on the food truck. I'm not gonna do a video on my food truck yet though. I'm saving that all for like one clip, because like I mentioned in my last video, I've been doing a lot of odds and ends stuff on it. And you know what, I'm gonna see if this chainsaw will run. I never have actually tried this one. Is there a primer on it? I got this out of a dumpster, if you don't know. Not a primer bulb on it. I bet she'll run. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna go home, work on the food trailer and button up some stuff on it, but I'm just gonna do one like final video update on that once it's actually done. I got all my hickory wood. That's all hickory, that's all hickory. We're ready to get the smoker going. I just gotta have time. This is why I don't really want this truck anymore. This is my Ford, because this is what I do with it. I drive it from my house to my storage lot, and then I park it and it sits here all day, and then I drive my dumpster truck all day, and then I get out, I park my dumpster truck, I get back in this, and I drive back home. And I'm like, why do I have this nice truck? Like, yeah, I've got a couple heavy trailers I need it for occasionally, but it just, I know I keep saying this, but it just doesn't make sense for me to own this truck. You know, if I had a long commute to work every day and had to pull trailers at work every day, like if I just had a long commute to work every day, I wouldn't even have this truck. I would just have a nice little gas saving car or something. But just once again, like this truck is super nice and I love it, don't get me wrong. It's just not necessary. So it's going on down the road. Hey, good morning everyone. It is a new day and I already got started, but I forgot my camera, so I had to come back home and get it. We got this back from Drew. Drew came by my house this morning, picked me up. If you don't know, this was at the mechanic shop, Drew's mechanic shop. He did a thermostat on it. The rubber O-ring in the thermostat had like completely blown out, so it was just letting coolant pass through all the time, which in return was not allowing my truck to get up to operating temp, which in return was causing my truck to be underpowered. Too many sensors on these new trucks, and it was like, hey, let's not overwork it and overheat it or something. I don't know. But he got that straightened out for me. We got it picked up. We ran out and picked up. This is the dumpster, the last dumpster we had dropped off for the house that had burned. I don't know if you're following along, but we dropped one off. They filled it up in just a couple days, and then we had to run back out and swap them out because they needed another one. So we picked it up. It's only a quarter full though, so it's kind of a shame he had to pay for a whole nother dumpster, but part of it, I guess. We're gonna run by one of my rental properties and pick up some mattresses and box springs and stuff that have kind of accumulated in the backyard. It's just part of being a landlord, but and a couple other things that need to go in the trash just because there's room in this one. So, and then we'll get that stuff hauled off to the landfill. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Supposed to be picking up my Dodge later today. I had that brush guard taken off of the front of it. No, let me shut that. Brush guard's not my style, so I had that pulled off. I had a friend that wanted to buy it, so she bought it from me. Put it on her truck. She's a horse girl, so she's got a big old diesel truck, and she thought she needed that big old brush guard on the front of it. And I thought, you know, it'll look better on your truck than it will on my truck. So we'll pick it up today. And oh, I just got a notification I had a package delivered. Let's go see. Yeah, sure enough, I ordered like, I can't remember, like 19 things on Amazon yesterday. So my front doorstep is gonna look wild. Yeah, it's on the front doorstep. I'm not gonna go pick it up right now though. I'll just leave it there until later. By the time you see this video, all those packages will be off my front porch, so it's not worth your time to come steal them all. All right, let's go get those mattresses picked up. We stopped by the rental, got all that stuff picked up. There was an old play set, like a plastic play set, a couple mattresses, a box spring. There was an old fire pit that just had some junky old wood sitting around it. It's been there for years. No one's ever burning it or anything, so I picked all that crap up. All I do is mow around it and weed eat around it. It's got all that stuff thrown in the trash, a couple boxes. There's some miscellaneous stuff that's just kind of just things that accumulate, you know how it goes. But this particular tenant, they weren't like being trashy or anything. They had just asked, hey, I got a couple mattresses and a box spring, do you have any ideas? And I was like, yeah, I'll just stop by and pick them up, just set them out by the shed or whatever. So we just stopped by and grabbed those for them. Take it to landfill and drop it off in town. Not too busy today. See what we got. I'm gonna guess not very heavy. 14.3. Ooh, that's saying 1,300 pounds. We'll see. 14.3. It might be. Huh? 14.9 with me in it. Oh yeah, I don't have to get out now. I always got out because I'm like, I don't want you to weigh me in it. But then she's like, you don't have to get out. You can just stay in it when you come across the scale and stay in it when you come back across the scale. And then you don't have to get out until you pay. And then I don't have to worry worry about the weight of you. So I was like, huh, that's a lot more sense. So I'm doing that now. That sure was handy. Trying to get this truck back in town like before 3 so I can drop it off for window tinting, because today is the day for window tinting, and it sure would look a lot cooler if that was tinted. There, you can't even see it hardly. These things are kind of my weakness right now. It's probably a bad habit. With only 5 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugars. So in my mind, they're not bad for me, but it's like the only energy drink I could find that wasn't terrible for me. And I got Dreamsicle today. I was pretty excited when I saw Dreamsicle. I've never seen that in the past. I usually get grape. I love grape soda, so I love grape C4s. But Dreamsicle tastes like a Orange Julius. You know what Orange Julius is? If you don't know, you should look it up. It's bringing back some core childhood memories for me right now. Sipping on an Orange Julius on the front porch of the old house. Sitting on the concrete steps. That sounds good. That whole moment, it sounds good, not just the Dreamsicle, but like sometimes you just wish you were 8 again. You could just sit on the front porch of your steps and have your mom bring you Dreamsicles or Orange Juliuses. No cell phones, no internet. We just sat on the porch, beat the tree with sticks, threw rocks at each other. Good time, man. We rode our bikes everywhere. Good times. My food truck is so close. So close. Like so close that maybe next week I'll do some cooking if I can find time. Not gonna open the truck, but I might finally do some cooking. And I'll just I sell it still, but I'll just sell it like on Facebook and stuff, and people just come to my house and pick it up. I'll do pulled pork by the pound. I'll do full slabs of ribs. People just come over and get it. I don't do sandwiches and stuff like that. But sometimes when I don't have time to actually open the food truck and I'm still feeling the itch to cook, I'll cook up a bunch of pulled pork or brisket. I usually don't do brisket because there's no money to be made on brisket. I only do brisket if I'm opening the trailer. But I'll do pulled pork, sell it in like 2-pound packages, vacuum sealed, or I'll do full slabs of ribs. People just freaking love those ribs, man. It does sound good right now, actually. I do baby back ribs. Oh man, making my mouth water. I haven't cooked in so long. Like, I forgot. Like, my beans, so good. Coleslaw. Coleslaw is a pretty basic recipe, but I mean, coleslaw is coleslaw. In my opinion, it's just so good. It's really creamy coleslaw. I need to kind of alter that a little bit, because I do get people occasionally that want the classic coleslaw on top of their pork sandwich, a slaw pork sandwich or whatever. But in my opinion, my coleslaw is a little too creamy for that. It needs to be a little more cut with vinegar, or I don't know. Too much food truck talk right now. We'll make a food truck video. I'm just going to sit here and reminisce about when I was 8 years old drinking Orange Julius's on the front porch. All I can think about is the food truck. It's not working. Well, tell him not to pack up until you call me. Okie dokie. I trimmed this thing up this morning so I can actually get that out now. Pretty handy. Hopes I put in gear. Wasn't a whole lot in there. Not the worst thing I've ever done. Run back across scale and see if we can figure out this whole don't get out of the truck thing. I'm sure I'm gonna mess that all up. She's probably gonna be like, what are you doing? Get over here to the window. Great. That guy was singing a song out loud. Now I got it stuck in my head. Take me home tonight. Do 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 bop boo. Scoop beep boopity bop. Scoobity boopity bop. Bing bong ding ding ling dong. Those are the only words I know. The whole scoobity boop bop 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 part. You might not believe this, but I made that up on the fly. So do I stay in here until she says okay? I guess. How are you? Did I do it right? I stayed in the truck and then stay in it again. Then stay in it again until you get done. Got it. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, there's no wind today. Perfect. You just need to move this window a little closer so I don't have to get out at all.
I don't think I will be that close to the scale.
Yeah, true. Those big trucks probably hit you. Yeah. Yep, for sure. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Yeah. Tried to talk her in the curbside service, but she wasn't interested in that. Made it here for this drop off. See if we can get her back in. Man, this camera, this backup camera is so nice. This has been a pretty good customer. I think this is probably the 4th dumpster they've rented from me in the last, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know what they do to accumulate so much trash, but they always want it by the barn, and it's always just got trash in it. I mean, it's nothing like concerning or anything, so I don't know what they're doing in here, but somehow they accumulate a lot of trash all the time. But it's always like just stuff. Like, it's not like trash. I don't know if this barn is just really full of stuff and they're just slowly unloading it. I have no idea. Sure will be nice when I can stand over there and do this. In here. Now I gotta move the truck so I can unhook the cable. Looks good and taut. Okie dokie. A lot of my dumpsters are just like accumulating stuff right there. I probably need to get in there with a shovel and break that out, because that's not helping the rust situation. That's probably part of why. Look at that. That's why these are rusting like that. All that garbage down there. I probably ought to get in there occasionally and make sure I scrape that out. Or, well, once I get my power washing stuff out of storage, I just need to do that. You guys don't know anything about that yet. Once I get it out of storage, I'll be able to wash all this stuff more often. But I'm waiting on, I'm gonna get a skid built that I can load and unload just like a dumpster, but it's just gonna be a flat deck. Put all my power washing stuff on it, and then I can just load my power washing equipment on here and go do whatever I need to do. And right now it's all on a trailer, and it's just kind of annoying having to go hook up to the trailer all the time and pull it around. And the shed that I keep the trailer in is really kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out of without like driving in the neighbor's yard. It's not really built for backing a trailer into. A lot of times what I end up doing is taking my tractor over there, because it can maneuver a lot like tighter turns. But that's kind of a pain in the butt too, because I got to trailer my tractor over there, pull the power washing trailer out, and then get it all hooked up to my truck, and then put the tractor in the shed, and then back the trailer that I brought the tractor over on into the yard. I mean, I own the rentals right there, so I just shove it in the grass there for a little while until I need it again. But it's just kind of a pain in the butt. The shed is nice for storage, but once I get this on a skid, I should be able to just back my truck up to it, up to that shed, and just load and unload it on the skid there. So I don't like leaving it outside. I kind of wish it was in a covered trailer or something. That'd probably be more ideal, honestly. But because then I could just store it outside. I don't want to do that without it being covered. All right, we're gonna go to the lot and unload that really heavy one that's on my other truck right now. Just drop it, get that truck out of the way, load it up on this one, take it to landfill, and then we're going to bring it back. It's kind of a pain just because I don't want to drive the old truck, but we're going to bring it back and unload it at the lot, switch it back over to the old truck, and then I'm going to rush this truck up, depending on what time it is. I'm going to rush this truck up to get the windows tinted in it before he's done for the day. And then we'll just use the old truck to deliver the last one, but it's just a local delivery. I don't have to go on the highway or anything. Not that it's not capable of it. I'm just spoiled with this new truck now, and I just don't want to drive the old truck. You know how it is. This one might take the cake for the new record on the heaviest dumpster on that truck. Not my heaviest overall. I really wish I would have wrote down my heaviest dumpster. Actually, I think I probably got it on YouTube. Back in my early YouTube days, I think I recorded it. Yeah, it was like a snowy, icy day, I remember. But this one's got some weight in it. There's still that much room in there before the tire would bounce and hit it, but I can't get my finger in there. All right, we're gonna run this landfill, and then we're gonna see what time it is when we get back. We might drop this one off and then reload it back onto that truck again and take it to the customer. Come on. But if we're quick enough, we might be able to just deliver it with this one and then drop this off for window tint. Alrighty, this one's gonna have some weight to it. I bet, let's see, this truck weighs like 13,000. I bet I'm pushing 18. I'm gonna say high 17s. I bet I'm pushing 18. That'll be almost 5,000 pounds if my math is mathing correctly. I was starting to think I might have guessed too light. Oh, man. Starting to think I should have went a little higher, but I already guessed, I already spoke. Probably 18.5 though, but I'm gonna guess high 17s. We're gonna wait our turn. I've been doing the carnivore lately, trying to kind of tighten my ship on that. I kind of got slacked on it and kind of was saying I was carnivore, but I was probably more keto than carnivore. You know, just a little too snacky here and there. I was still trying to watch my carb and sugar intake, which basically just makes you keto. But try and tighten that back up and get back to just being a carnivore again. I've been losing weight for like a year and a half now or so. This morning I was right at 80 pounds, which was, I started at 330. I was 250 this morning, which is, I think, the third time I've been 250, but I keep gaining like 3 or 4 pounds back because I keep slacking on my diet. But I just haven't been able to quite see 249 yet, and I'm real anxious to see 249 on the scale. Alright, it's just about my turn to pull up. Zeroed out. Alright, here we go. I said high 17s. Let's see what we got. Well, not as bad as I thought. 16,580, 16,6. Oh, way off. And I was even guessing high. I thought 18.5. So that's only, oh shoot. That's not even 2 ton, man. I thought he was going to have some overweight on this. Guess I was wrong. Alrighty, let's get in line. Yeah, but anyways, back to my diet thing. I don't know. You can't go out to eat anywhere. I know you haters be like, oh, it's not real beef, but big thing I do is go to McDonald's and just get plain beef patties. They're actually pretty good. So I don't know. And, you know, McDonald's claims they're 100% beef. I'm sure there's some science behind it that somebody will tell me it's wrong, and it's not animals. It's probably just ground up cardboard. I have no idea. They're good, and it's pretty much beef. Or anywhere else that sells patties for that, as far as that goes. I've been to Whataburger. I've got the plain patties there. I've been to, I think, Culver's. I think I got some plain patties at Culver's one time. My eyebrows are sweaty. I hope that truck next to me just has a heck of an air leak, or else I got a massive hole in one of my tires. I'm thinking it's him. Oh yeah, it's him. You hear that? I cracked the window. Oh, I'm so hungry. Anyways, where I was going with that is I can't, like, Casey's is about the only thing in this down gas station. There's a Sonic. I wonder if I've never tried to do it at Sonic. I wonder if I can get plain patty. I don't have time for that. That's the problem. I'm in a hurry. Casey's. You know, beef jerky isn't really the answer, but sometimes I just get like a beef stick or something. But those have 3 grams of carbs and 4 grams of sugar in them. I mean, they're really not great for you at all. It's just a bunch of processed stuff, which you're not supposed to eat anything processed. So it's hard to find just meat to eat. Now you can buy some hard-boiled eggs at Casey's, and I do that occasionally, but I had 5 eggs for breakfast, so I don't really want to have any more eggs. Are you talking to me? Let this guy go first. Go for it, buddy. Once again, I have no idea why that glare is on the screen. If you're thinking about getting one of these backup cameras, I recommend them. They're pretty nice. It is not glary like that in person. A lot of trash back there. They didn't do a very good job scraping that pad clean. Alright, let's see what we can do. I left this laying in the grass at the last place I went. I had to go back and grab it. That's why you never set things down. Man, I just busted my head on that dumpster. It hurt. That's gonna leave a freaking knot. It's alright. Oh, dang, that hurt. You know, when you hit your head and you just like, ow. Oh man, there's already a knot on the back of my head. Son of a gun, that hurt. I did that for you guys, because if it wasn't for me having to reach over and grab the dumb camera, I wouldn't have hit my head. Somebody better appreciate that. Son of a gun, that hurt. Yeah, there's definitely a lump or a hole or something back there. I don't know. There's something back there. Oh, man, that hurt. 3,420 pounds. Which is surprising to me, because I even told the customer when I picked that dumpster up, I was like, hey, just prepared, you're probably going to have some extra fees on here. And he's like, all right, whatever. Shoot, he still had an extra 600 pounds to go. So that just means I have time to run into the gas station and get a snack. I got this snack. 1 gram of carbs and 0 sugars. And serving size is 1 package. Best thing I can find at the gas station. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's just kind of a dip right there. I can set it there, but it just kind of makes loading it back up a pain in the butt. Yeah. That's what most of these dumpsters are, I think.
Why not?
I forgot to unlock it. Probably help if I take the safety chain off. Yeah, you throw it in there.
I'm not doing it this low.
Yeah.
This low is my pitch.
These have the price includes up to 2 tons. Most people don't go over 2 tons, but you start loading it full of that kind of stuff, you might
Yeah, that's
you might face some overage fees. So, but it's not usually much. I got that one. That one's delivered. Not too far from home, so. Back on the road. It's kind of a nice little place out here. I called the window tint guy. He's on the fence if he's gonna even have time to do this truck today. And today's like the only day. He's got an out-of-town tent guy that comes into town, and they work together, and they get a whole bunch of people to come get their windows tinted on one day, and then they both make some money on it or something. I don't really know how it works, but he does this once every couple months. And I texted him, I was like, hey, I could probably be there by 3 o'clock. And he's like, dude, we still got 5 cars to do. So I was like, man, it can just wait. Like, yeah, I want them tinted, but I'll wait until you do the next one, or I'll find somebody else to do it, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I think we're just gonna go fuel this truck up. This truck is just about on E. I almost debated stopping and getting fuel on the way out here, but I was like, I had to pedal to the floor trying to get here on time because I told her I'd be here at a certain time, and I was pushing luck. I think we'll just park this one. The window tint guy's like, I'll let you know, but I think I'll just tell him, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it another time. Don't stress about it. And I'm gonna go pick up my Dodge. I think I'm gonna buy a bunch of black Rust-Oleum turbo cans. Then I can just turbo paint all of this. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I'm just gonna go to town. I'm gonna put a tarp over the cab of the truck and just let her rip. I got 27 gallons in there, almost 28. I think it's only got a 30-gallon tank. Or is it? Half a gallon on the ground. All right, $88 later. There goes all my profits for the day. You don't make money, you just keep transferring money to every other thing. You transfer money to the landfill, transfer money to the gas station, transfer money to the mechanics. I don't actually make any money. I asked my dad to pick me up at home because I gotta shuffle some trucks around. But then I called him back. I was like, I need you to pick me up here because I'm trying to multitask here, sorry. I pulled up here. I was gonna park that truck, and usually I have a truck parked right there. Well, there's not a truck there. I kind of had a panic attack for a second. I thought somebody stole my truck. But then I remember Drew picked me up this morning from my house and took me all the way to his shop to pick that truck up. And my truck's just still at home. Park these two right beside each other, but I think I'm going to raise the bed up on this one too, just because it'll look cool, and then I can take a picture. Okay, got this picked up. That looks a lot better without the brush guard on it, I think. Yep, got my inspection up there. We're good to go. So this truck has a backup camera like already built into the screen right there, but it's all back on the bumper, and I've got the gooseneck ball on the fifth wheel hitch, and I'm like, man, I kind of need a camera for that too. Or don't need one, but I want one because it just makes my life a lot easier. I didn't know this thing, oh crap, I pushed the button. This thing has a camera option. I can buy a camera for that, the tuner, and I can turn the camera on right there. So I'm gonna buy the thing for that. Yeah, go away. I noticed this thing like reset the other day, so I usually just keep it in tow tune because I'll spend more time pulling a trailer than I won't. Accept and install. Alright, that finally like rewrote itself or something, I don't know. Somewhere there, camera. I can get a camera for it. Alright, I just I was just chatting up with my cousin. He's kind of in between jobs right now, so he looking for something to do. I just found out he was in between jobs, and I was like, I need something to do. I'm kind of bored and until I get a job. I was like, you're in luck, buddy, because I got a lot of crap I need someone to do. So I met with him, and while I was doing that, the window tint guy called me and he said, come swap me trucks and I'll go ahead and get your other one done too. So I was like, all right, well, I'd already like put it away for the day, but I'm just gonna go get it out and do it. It's the right thing to do, I guess. Just get it done. So I'll go knock that out real quick.